Hi guys, and welcome back for the love of food. Today we're going to do a knife skill basically on how to cut an onion. So I have just a regular yellow onion here, and there's a lot of myths on how to stop crying when cutting an onion. And I think I've tried them all, and I don't think any of them work for me, but they might work for you. I've cut many onions, bags and bags of them over my career. I've tried everything as far as putting a peppermint in my mouth to basically wearing like a surgical mask. It's just all up to preference. The one thing that I almost find works best for me if I'm cutting a lot of onions is to keep a cold towel nearby. And if you start to feel your eyes get watered up, just put that cold compress or that warm towel over your eyes, and that kind of seems to do the trick for a little bit at least. So basically, we're going to start off by cutting the onion on either side. So on either side of the stem and the core. So I'm just going to take a little bit off so you can see the core is still on the onion a little bit, because you don't want to waste any of your onion. So you're just going to cut off either side just a little bit, and then I'm just going to cut right down the middle. Now obviously if you wanted rings, you wouldn't cut down the middle, and you always want to make sure you keep everything flat, and you want to have your knife in one continuous downward motion, okay? And then you just peel either side. I peel about the first 2 layers. I'll probably peel one more layer. I don't like the green. Sometimes you get a bag of onions and you get that green on there. I just peel one more layer down. Okay. So we'll just show you for the half for right now. So as you can see here, the onion has the core on one side. So if you actually hold it and kind of make a V pattern, now this is not pressing down at all with your knife, and you want to make a V just a little bit, that core will come right out, and it's not something that you have to worry about picking out of your onion. So I'm going to go ahead and discard that. So now we have a perfect onion. So now there's a few different ways. It all depends on what type of cut you're looking for on your onion. Okay, if it's a bigger onion, what you want to do is you want to hold the onion flat, and you're going to take it and basically hold it flat with your knife. You're going to cut into the middle, and you're going to basically cut about halfway through. So I'm just going to hold my knife, and I'm going to stop when I get about a 1/4 inch to the back side of the onion. So again, I'm going to hold my hand flat. The knife's going to come in the middle, about 1/4 inch. So basically, if you can see, I'm going to try to open it up. You cut the onion in half without cutting the whole thing in half. And from there, you're going to run your knife down, and you're going to basically make slices up until that 1/4 inch mark. Okay, make sure to watch your fingers as you get towards the end. And then, as you can see here, we've made all our slices, but it's still connected. So you hold it again, still with the 1/4 inch that's uncut, and you almost want to basically take your fingers and bunch them up. Hold the onion so that way when you slide the knife, you're sliding it against the back side of your finger. You're not bringing the knife all the way up. I'm bringing the knife so that way the blade is on the back side of my fingers, but the blade isn't touching my fingers. Okay, so it's a downward moving motion. As you can see, by doing that, we've got small diced onion pieces. Okay, so continue to do that all the way down to the bottom till you get to that 1/4 end mark. Okay. And then basically you just flip the onion down on its side, make a couple of slices, and then turn it over and just finish the rest of the chop that way. Okay. So that's how to dice an onion really quick. You're not sitting there and chopping it for a while. You do those simple tricks and I guarantee you it'll be less time that you spend crying and less spend prepping the rest of your food. Now, how else I always like to peel my onions, we'll do the other half, is for like stir fries or something, okay? Or soups where you want to leave the onion a little bit thicker. You could just take it from here. Again, you want to look for your core. There's only a little piece of core here, so I'm just going to take the knife, again, make a little V pattern, okay? As you can see, the core popped right out. We're going to discard that. And from here, holding the knife down flat and guiding it, you can actually make slices of onions, okay, for salad, or if you wanted it for a stew or something, you would just basically take it, cut it in half, and then just chunk it up from there, keeping your pieces nice and big and thick and letting them, you know, really soak up whatever stew or soup or whatever you're cooking. I like to leave my onions nice and chunky for like a chili or a chowder. I usually do the diced, but for soup, like if I was just gonna make a regular chicken soup, I like to leave them nice and chunky. So there's my tutorial on how to cut an onion. Again, there's many different wives' tales out there, so share your experience on if you found something that works for you on how to cut an onion without crying. This one didn't bother me today, but there's not to say that the next one that I pull out of the bag won't be stronger. Thanks and have a great day.